I'll start with you, Bruno. This is the resumption of your sports car career after a few races back in 2009. Now you've come home to race a sports car for the first time in your home city. What does that mean? Is this a big deal for you?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing for me because I've only been able to race in Brazil when I was in Formula 1, so in 2010, 11, 12. So coming here with a different car to compete in Brazil for the first time without being in Formula 1 is a brand new experience. And it's the first time I arrived at the track with a real chance to fight for the win of the race. So I'm really excited. The team is very excited as well. It's a great thing that we managed to bring car 99 to Sao Paulo. And I'm really looking forward to hitting the track and qualifying the race tomorrow and Sunday. And I think you can see from today's times in practice that it is very, very close between the GT cars.
What's the reception been from your fellow countrymen about racing here?
It's been very warm. I think there's still a lot of work to create awareness of this race, of this type of racing. Endurance racing is not so well known in Brazil, but I think all it takes is some Brazilian drivers being successful, and in front, and I think we can hopefully bring the awareness very, very high in Brazil and bring the race over and over to this country and make it even more successful than hopefully will be this year.
You mentioned there that the Aston's was on top in free practice one. Where do you think the balance is, and how do you think this circuit favours the Aston, where it favours the Ferrari, and perhaps where it favours the Porsche?
I think everybody on the same tires and same fuel load. The lap times are very close. I reckon it's going to be half a second between quickest and slowest car, and it's going to be very close in the race. But you can see the race on Sunday can be very important to be precise with the strategy. Also, we've been today already struggling a little bit with traffic. The infield is very narrow, very tight, and you see the prototype struggling a little bit to overtake the GT cars. So keeping out of trouble will be important. But I think the Aston is a good all-round car, and I think we're going to have to fight very hard with the Ferrari and the Porsche to stay ahead of them. They are obviously very competitive.
So if you had to take a pick, is it an Aston circuit then, this one?
Well, I hope that every circuit is an Aston circuit. So far it has been. So far we have a very good, consistent car in all the races. But anything can happen in Interlagos. We've seen weather playing a lot of tricks here, and it's not improbable that the weather can do some stuff. So it's putting everything together will be the key to be in front.
Okay, moving on to Luis Perez Companc from Peakon Racing. Obviously, you're from over the border in Argentina, so we say it's your home race, but you probably live 1,000 miles away from here. But what does it mean for the WEC to come to South America, for you, for your team, and for your sponsors, I guess?
Well, I think it's very important to have the WEC here, and hopefully one year we can have it in Argentina. Now in Argentina we are having big races, championship races from the World Series, so hopefully one day we can have it in Argentina. But for now, Brazil is like my home race because it's the closest race that I have in all the championship and just 2 hours away from home. But this track is one of my favorites. Spa for me is the best, and then Interlagos for me is also very, very nice circuit. So happy to be here, and hopefully we have a very good race this weekend.
You mentioned Spa. You had a great result at Spa with your teammates Pierre Capper and Nick Manassian when the Oricon Nissan package and the Michelin tyre seemed to be the combination to have. What are your thoughts on what the combination to have here at Interlagos is going to be?
We were a little bit scared these past days, because it was very cold and the Michelin tires are not very good in the cold temperature. But hopefully it's going to be nice. For the weekend it's going to be hot, and we are the only team with Michelin tires. I think it's a good package. In Spa we have a very good race with those, and hopefully here in Interlagos too. It's a very abrasive track, so we have to manage the tires and see how it's going to be the strategy. But I think we are very strong with this tire.
So there any concern about the pace of the racing organs? You saw that they were quick, as they were very quick at the
Yeah, but in Spa was the same. They were the quickest in Spa. In Spa you have very long straights. Here you don't have those straights. They are really, really quick. It's going to be tough. But I like those races, just to fight till the last lap. And I think we're going to have that race on Sunday. Hopefully we could be ahead of them, but we have to work, and I think we have a very good team, mechanics, engineers, everybody is working for that, and the car for me is a very good one, so we have a very good feeling for the race.
Okay, moving on to Fernando. You came to this press conference last year. We talked about what it would mean to win here. You did win, but then it was sort of snatched away from you or taken away from you. There was a sort of minor technical irregularity. I mean, for those couple of hours after the race, what were your thoughts having won as a Brazilian at Sao Paulo?
Well, I couldn't commemorate much because soon after the podium we already knew that the investigation was going on. So I stayed here up to 1 a.m. in the morning with everyone just checking everything, and there was still some hope that we would secure the win, but unfortunately it didn't happen. So we have this mission this year to recover that win if possible.
Do you feel you can put it right? Do you think the package, your teammates package, as you do it now, you can take the fight to the Porsches and the Ferraris to beat them again?
Well, after Le Mans, our car was losing too much in straight lines in top speed, and we were all a bit concerned about it for this race. But after full practice one, it wasn't so bad. We're very optimistic now after what we saw. I think we can improve a little bit bits and pieces here and there, and from free practice 2 onward, I think we'll be closer to the fastest cars. I think we can put a good fight again.
The Lava is second in the championship, not far behind the IMSA car. Where do you think you're leading the chase of the IMSA car? Maybe a championship contender, or are you more looking behind you to people like Enzo Petlicchio here and A-Star Motorsports and perhaps Aston Martin Racing?
Well, we were a bit lucky in Le Mans that we didn't have such a good result, but our main rivals there were a little bit worse than us. So, well, we were a little bit behind the IMSA Porsche, but we finished ahead of them in the first 2 races. So I think we have good chances of we don't need to win this race to leave Sao Paulo in the lead. So a good result in the podium would be good enough.
Okay, I'm going to move over to our late comer, Enzo Petlicchio from A-Star Motorsports. This is your home race, even though you're from Venezuela. Can you just say, I mean, this is the South American race. I mean, is it important for you as a Venezuelan that you have a race, a WEC race on your continent?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, last year was my first time in this race in Galagos, and we won here in the GT class. We had a great event. Now coming to GT, I had my first practice this morning, and it's a whole different track on the GT car compared to the V2, but it's definitely a great place to be. I mean, I like the people in Brazil. I mean, they're real race car fans, and I do feel like home. Even though we're far away, Brazil is too big, so going to Venezuela is a long way anyway, but I do feel like home, and the people here are just unbelievable.
In terms of the championship battle, you had a victory in class in GTE and at Spa. Not such a great Le Mans, but you're definitely in the mix. How do you see it going over the remainder of the year?
Yeah, it all depends on the balance of performance. The Aston Martins are always, really quick. But I think our main contender will be the Corvette that's been consistent and fast, and they have a good lineup also. So we'll see what happens in this race, and we still have a mathematical chance of winning the championship, and we have everyone in the team is working really hard to put our Ferrari in a better position. I think the Porsche and the Falcon got a little hit on the balance performance. Maybe it's not enough, but we'll see. I mean, I think the WEC really wants all 3 brands to have a good fight, and then they'll continue to work on it.
You in your third third seat alongside yourself and Leanne West. You had a sort of revolving cast of drivers. You've got a newcomer for this. Can you say why he's here and will he be in for the rest of the year, or is that outside?
It's the pro driver in our car is decided by Ferrari, and they wanted to put. We had Jason Bright for Le Mans. It's a friend of mine that wanted to do that race, and I think we had a really good car to win Le Mans, but we had bad luck with a low tire. We spent 30 minutes in the pits and couldn't get back. But it was just a one-off. And now with Rigon, Ferrari will make a decision after the race, so they'll see his times and states, and he's doing F1 testing for them, so we'll see what they decide on that. But they definitely, I trust them on choosing the right driver for us.
Okay. Moving on to our final driver, although not a driver this weekend, Dukes de Grassi. You're here with Audi as an in an ambassadorial role. Can you just sort of explain sort of what your job is this weekend, and sort of, yeah, what you're doing?
Well, first I have to apologize. I just came back. I just came from the airport this morning, so feeling a bit tired. I was testing a different car in a different track, which is not allowed to talk here. So I'm back to the race where everything started with Audi, and it's a shame that I'm not racing, but that was the plan since the beginning. Since they hired me for a midterm contract, it was already knew that I was not going to be racing this year in the all WEC races. So here I am to do some PR and to answer some questions from the journalists and to be helping them on anything that I can regarding the race, and any question that other drivers have. Also, they've been looking for me for this and that, and it's good to be here.
Just sort of looking back 1 year, you mentioned this is where it all started for you. What were your feelings when you were here racing at home, with your name put forward by Emerson Fittipaldi, the promoter? It's a great debut, you impressed, and obviously that then led on to other things. Can you say how important that was and what it meant to you?
Yeah, it's incredible how a year makes a difference in a racing driver's life. You can be on the top, you can be on the bottom. A year ago, I was with my F1 role as a test driver. I was not expecting to go anywhere else, and this opportunity came in and to drive with Audi, and I was told it was just a one race. It was a one race deal, and from that race it became something bigger, and I'm more than happy, or I'm happier than ever to be part of the Audi family. And I wouldn't, if it was my chance, I wouldn't leave the Audi family for anything. So, yeah, I think it's again, like I said, it's a shame not to be racing here. Even if Emerson said before that there was a chance, there was never a chance to be racing this year. But I hope this race continues for many, many more years. Like, everybody's expecting this race in South America to be every year greater and bigger, so I'm sure there will be other opportunities to come this year.